Hello, everybody. How is it going on? I'm just making up random words there for a song. I don't know. I'm going to tweet us out. What is up, everybody? We are back with the Fandom Collective on a nice old Sunday. What is this week, like 3 or week 2 of quarantine or Corona crap?
It feels like a million. I'm stuck at home, cabin fever. Let me out.
Oh yeah, have you been able to find anything to do outside, like anyway? Like if you could go out, it's like, oh hey look, oh nothing.
Well, yeah, I got so bored I cut the grass.
Oh God, you poor thing.
I know.
You poor thing. You poor thing.
I know.
What's up? Snowdub in the house. Cotton Connection. Hell yeah, hell yeah. It hasn't showed up on my StreamYard thingy to highlight, but I see you, Snow. I see you. It says hashtag Cotton Connection. There we go. Hashtag Cotton Connection in the house. What's up, my bigot? Love him. I'm gonna tweet us out now, so we'll actually get viewers.
Yeah.
All right, we are live. While I'm tweeting that out, entertain, my boy.
Yeah. So we have a special guest tonight, and as you guys in the chat remember, this is Bring Your Own Topic. Our special guest will be hanging out with us for the duration, but we'll be bringing people in and out as we go. So the president's been speaking today. I don't know if you know about that.
Who's our president?
Emperor Trump, of course. And it's for me, I'm not going to make it political. I'm just going to talk basically, what's going on right now. But I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm waiting to hear about this money that we're supposedly going to get. Because really, let's be honest, when I'm listening to this, I'm really wanting to hear about the money. I just want to know when I'm going to get paid. But because, on one hand, he says, they're going to try this new drug out on humans on Tuesday. I'm like, wow. But this particular drug has existed already. So it's not like something they just come up with. But I suppose they went through like their collection at the CDC here in Atlanta and said, this one, we could try this on some rats or cats or monkeys, and so they did, and it worked. So I guess they're going to try that on Tuesday, which makes me feel really strange because I think, wait a minute. If it works, are we still going to get paid?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. That's what I was thinking. It's like, I don't know how long this stuff's going to last. I don't know how long everything's going to be happening. I'm not sure how this is really affecting the economy. When somebody says that, the government's going to give us money, I'm like real money?
Yeah.
Like, we just had taxes, I don't know. I just don't know if they actually would do that. Can we do that? Aren't we in debt a $1 billion to everyone?
Hard to say, man. I don't know.
China, isn't that who we're in debt to also? So
I don't know if I believe those numbers ever. Depending on the political statement they're trying to make at the time. And I'm not one to pick on Trump. I really, I like the guy, but it doesn't matter. Politicians are politicians, and they'll say what they got to say when they got to say it. And I guess for in the interest of national security, I might understand that. But this is an unprecedented situation, all the way around. Are we in debt to China? Maybe, but if they do pay us, that's fine. But I'm serious. It has gotten to the point, Rook, where I am worried. I'm seriously, I woke up yesterday with 10,000 new cases in New York.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? Damn, overnight. So it's concerning. And, it's so concerning. Even my drug dealer's like, yo, man, I'm going to have to back up. I kind of can't meet your needs anymore.
Social distancing. He'll throw it in a message in a bottle or something. Do that.
Right. He's like, yo, you got to get away from me, man. Wear that mask. Social distancing.
I feel you. How's it going? Hey, Viv.
Hi.
I'll play your entrance so we can have a mighty entrance.
Are we live?
Lord, and fear no darkness! Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered! A sword day! A red day! And the sun rises!
I should have played that right before I brought you in, so it could be entrance there. Yeah, we are live. How's it going, Viv?
Good, how are you? My
Doing great.
computer is giving me trouble over here, but I'm exporting something, that's why. And also, sorry, I'm a little bit delayed. I was cooking.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's all good.
Good. Gotta eat.
Yeah, you're just doing your own live stream for a while, so it's all good if you had a little break. So it's all good. It's all good.
How are you doing?
Yep, we are doing great. We are just talking about kind of the state of things at the moment until we can get something fun going into the topics and whatnot. But so it's apparently we're going to be getting like $1,200 from the government, I guess. Like,
What happened?
So what was it, Flip, that you said?
Oh, the president was speaking yesterday or the day before, and he's like going to give everyone $1,200. Couples get $2,400. Just going to go dropping it into your account, I guess. Collective account.
Because of all the coronavirus stuff and people being out of work, something.
Yeah, this is these are tough times. It's a time that is really hard to try to stay positive or know what's gonna happen. Like none of the jobs, I cannot do anything right now as well. It's millions of people in the whole situation, and it's not just America, it's around the world. It's crazy how something so small can have such a huge impact. And at the same time, I was like, I don't know, it's a time that humanity is going to have to show endurance, because I feel like right now you really cannot be let down by negative thoughts, or because it's a time of uncertainty. Nobody knows how long this is going to last or how much of a negative impact it will have. It's just complicated.
It's a strange situation. It's never been experienced, really, at least for the last couple of generations before. What was the last thing, like the plague or something?
I mean, there's probably the recessions.
I think I'm going to have to add, I cannot really hear you guys. Keep talking. I'm just going to try to put the
Okay, for your headphones in.
Give me a second, okay?
Okay, no problem. That's good. That's good. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like this is something that our generation will have to be put to the test for, because we haven't had to actually be challenged, I guess, in a way. We've always been able to do what we want, get what we want when we want it. And now it's like, oh, now we have to all be inside the house and that's it. And can't do anything, can't make money. It's a good adjustment. It's an adjustment we'll have to try to make. It's adapting.
Well, I went ahead and got my samurai sword, went outside and started chopping some trees. So I do feel like I can get out a little bit.
That's good. That's good. I'm wondering if we are coming in a little better for her. But while she's getting her headphones set up, I'm going to say hello to the chat. We got Snowdub Music and Entertainment in the house. Our hashtag Cotton Connection. What's up, buddy? What is up? He's just raining some stuff in the house. He's like, wait, this isn't the Gender Check show? No, that's ones that you would host, man. That's all good. It's all good. We got the Red Gaze. The gaze community says, what's up, bitches? We're doing good, my friend. Doing great. Immortal Coil says the Spanish flu. That was years and years ago, I think, right?
Maybe West Nile virus. That might
possibly. If we're talking pandemics, we got James Clark, the artist, in the house as well.
Now I can actually hear you guys.
Okay, now you can hear us pretty good? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was wondering about that. But yeah, I feel like this is the kind of thing where our generation will have to be put to the test now, because we've had everything so easy for us. And it's like now we've been able to get whatever we want when we want it. And now we're restricted. We have to find different ways to make money, different ways to save, different ways to make things last. The social distancing, that's the craziest thing, I think, out of all this. It's like, nope, don't be next to people at all. It's
right,
like
yeah. And it's no, yeah, but it's also like it's. Yeah.
What was that?
It really feels like we're living in a film.
In a film.
Yeah.
Like this feels like a film. It doesn't feel real.
Oh, yeah. This will be a film in a couple years. Just watch.
Oh, for sure. And not only that, I also think that, like you said, we have only heard in history about all these massive pandemic and all these crazy things and all but now we're actually being part of it, like leaving it. And it's just like, I've never seen it. Like 2 weeks ago, like a month ago, we're talking about something across the world. We had no idea that it would affect us this much, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like, a lot of it, we were just like, oh yeah, that's just over in China or something. It's no big deal. It's not going to be a big thing. Oh, there's a case in the U.S. Oh, it's just one little case. It's not going to spread everywhere. Tens and thousands of cases later, it's like, oh no. And movie, I think, even like in our realm of like trying to cover movies and stuff, like that's also really affected too now, because movies are being pushed back with everything. They're holding back on productions, trying to not go around the world and film because they can't right now. They'll spread everything. So everything's being put on hold. When all the sports shut down, I was like, oh, damn, that got serious.
Yeah, they had car races up here in Georgia, and no one was in the stands. Just the cars were going around in circles. That's it. There was no one there to cheer when they wrecked. Maybe it's just the sadistic side of me, but
a NASCAR show without an audience. That's kind of
I've always
Go ahead. The studios are closed here. The studio where I go.
Yeah, our mall nearby is shutting down, as well as the movie theater that's in it and whatnot. It's crazy. But let's try to move the topics away a little bit from the Corona stuff. Let's just talk about what's going on your neck of the woods. Hey, Viv, it's been a while since we did it. So what's going on? What's going on with you?
Delay.
Hey, yes. I'm just getting a little bit delayed. Sorry, but
okay.
What's going on? Well, not yet. I'm definitely delayed because I don't know. It's just my computer's like, I don't know. It's me and internet. But anyway, so not much. School is not finished. I am going to school online right now. So which is kind of a bummer because my course is hands-on. I'm on the studio all the time filming, and not only that, outside I'm filming. I'm doing shorts. We're doing exercises always on camera because that's what I'm doing. No, I'm learning how to light a set. I'm learning how to do a night scene, a day scene. So basically, from now on, my course is online, which means what? I don't even know what it means. Like, like this past week, I have my first class online, and I could see the professor was showing us some clips, and she was a little bit lost as well. Like, it's a situation that it's complicated for everyone. My tuition is super expensive. I saved so much money, so much hard work, working long hours to save for this, and now I cannot even, use the studio or have put my hands on the cameras. So what's going on? It's not much. I'm just now studying, reading a lot, working extra on my YouTube. At least now I will have more time to work on my YouTube. And that's it. Just trying to keep positive, not letting. I'm actually very calm in comparison to some of my friends. I feel very. I feel calm, which is a good thing. That's I don't know. That's it. I think it stopped. The fan stopped. Okay, good.
Okay.
I noticed you were talking about the Rosario Dawson being named for Ahsoka.
Right.
Yeah, I personally, I know that you like her as a choice, and I think that I like her as a choice because everyone else is so upset about it. But I liked Ashley Eckstein as a better choice personally. But they're screaming for her not to be the choice.
I understand that because acting, she's a voice actor. A voice actor not always can be an actor on camera. You have to understand. So I totally get it. I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with, is she a trained actor? Acting in front of the camera is very challenging. Not only that, Ahsoka is a character that she needs to be not only like good, she needs to have some Jedi training and all of that. Like, you need someone that has some physicality, some physical abilities, that have done some sort of like action scenes before. It's not every actor that can do that. And actor that, and I know that the person that does the voice, Ashley, she's not really I don't know. Would she be good being Ahsoka Tano? How long would she have to train? Now, does she act in front of the camera? It's like, it's not the same thing. It's completely two different medium. I know there's a lot of actors that they do voice acting as well, like Mark Hamill, Jim Carrey, for instance. But most of these voice actors, there are specifically voice actors, they cannot act in front of the camera. It's a different thing. Maybe that's why. But of course, it would be great to have her, because then we have that familiar voice, right?
Yeah,
but
of course.
I think I can hear you guys
Okay,
better.
can you
Go
hear us?
ahead, I'm hearing.
Okay, that's good. Do you remember Ray Kennex? She was that like Ahsoka fan trailer about a year ago. There's like a fan film trailer where this cosplay actress / musician played as Ahsoka. She had a pretty good voice and acting with it. So.
Yeah, I think anything that involves a lot of action, you need someone that has you need someone that is a trained actor in that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, I don't know, like, do you think anyone could play, what's that big Keanu Reeves film where he's shooting everyone?
Oh, John Wick.
No, I mean, he had to go through a lot of training. He needs to understand a lot of things. And usually TV has to be fast. I don't know if they'll spend a lot of time training actors. So I understand the choice. And that's why I'm not against it. But I totally understand people wanting the original voice. But I don't know. Does she act in real life, like in front of the camera?
Well, Ashley?
That's very challenging.
No, I think you're right. I don't think she is much of an that I'm aware of. She seems comfortable in like situations where she has to be in the camera, like entertainment news or etc. But yeah, I don't know if she is much of an actress. I saw her in cosplay and I thought, well, she actually does kind of look like Ahsoka.
Did she really? Do you have a picture? You gotta share it. I've never seen it.
Gosh, I could probably pull it up with my phone here. Hold on one sec. But yeah, I obviously the voice is an important thing. And I've talked to a couple of people, comment sections, DMs, whatever. And I've heard that, hey, what if Rosario Dawson did it and Ashley did the voice? That's really, I think if I'm really being honest, the voice is what's going to bother me the most,
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But that's my other point that I brought on that video. Will she work in live action? And not everything that it works in animation is potentially good for live action, So that's something that it's going to take a little bit of use to. Also, we don't know how long will she be. She might just be a quick cameo. She might not even say anything. Who knows? Someone commented on my live stream I did earlier, what if they make Ahsoka sort of like Alita, kind of like CGI? And I thought, I don't think they would do that. It would cost a lot of money. And then if they did that, they would not even need Rosario. They could just go with the voice actor, right?
Yeah, I don't want my eyes. I don't want my eyes to strain more trying to watch another CGI person attacking. I guess, and with a TV budget,
I feel like the Mandalorian, they have been very good with practical effects.
Yeah,
practical, which I think is brilliant. And if they were to bring a completely CGI character like that, it would just not go with the entire flow. Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, not bad.
Not too bad, right?
No, but I still think Rosario looks more like Ahsoka, though. I don't know. It's good. Like I said, I'm not sure. Is it going to work in live action? Who knows?
Well, and this is for which show? Is this an Ahsoka show or like which show is this for? I'm sorry.
This is for The Mandalorian season 2.
Oh, for season 2 Mandalorian. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you keep up with Mandalorian? You saw it?
I know. I saw episode 1 and I was like,
You didn't like it? I don't believe you.
When I saw Baby Yoda,
you're
I was
the one that talked bad about Jaws. So I'm just saying. Come on.
I know, it was like I saw the Baby Yoda thing, and by the end of the episode, I was kind of like, I don't really care what happens next. I don't know.
You really do not like The Mandalorian.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm saying I didn't like the episode 1 enough to continue watching it. And then I've seen people's reviews of it, which some things seem like they're good, but I just nothing. It didn't make me want to really go and watch it either.
I can't believe you. I can't. Wow. I'm shocked. For me, it's one of the best things that came from Lucasfilm in ever since they became Lucasfilm.
Yeah, but to me, that doesn't mean that it's that good.
Over Star Wars.
It can be the best things that's come out of them for a while, but to me, that doesn't mean that it's all that good either, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I wasn't invested enough. I wasn't interested enough in what they were doing to really go with it. Because to me, it just, I don't know, there wasn't enough hook.
You don't care then, so it doesn't matter to you if Ahsoka is coming or not, right?
I mean, with the Ahsoka thing, it's like I feel like we got a lot of her in like the Clone Wars show and in the Rebels and stuff. So I feel like I don't really need to see too much more with it. Kind of like if they were to do more Obi-Wan. Like I love Obi-Wan, but it's
they're overusing the character.
Like, well, the more they use them, the more I feel they have a chance to ruin them. It's kind of my thing too. It's like the more they try to use them and drag them through the mud, they could do some horrible things.
But the whole thing with Obi-Wan, they can't use Obi-Wan because The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So that means Darth Vader is dead. Obi-Wan is dead. The only person around is Luke, Han, and Leia.
Right. I was using that as an example for.
Yeah. So
like,
no, I understand. I understand what I mean. So, but I totally get it. Like, even though this is not, it seems to be more like under Jon Favreau and Filoni's reign. It doesn't seem like Kathleen Kennedy is meddling on this as much.
Yeah.
And perhaps that's why the storyline most of the fans enjoyed. I was like very happy because to me it was the best thing that came from Lucasfilm ever since George Lucas sold Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like I actually thought I would love the new films. I was completely on board when The Force Awakens arrived, but I was just being fooled, you know?
Yeah, we all were. It's like, all this shiny stuff, and then we blink for a second, like, oh, wait, what is this? What?
Well, also, Sabine Wren should be around as well from Rebels, right?
Yes, I think so. Some of the all the characters from Rebels, I am not, because I couldn't. I only watched Rebels because some people were saying it was good, but I couldn't really get into it. I still prefer the Clone Wars better. I just want to see. I don't know. I'm more interested in Anakin Skywalker, Padme. I like those characters and Obi-Wan more.
Yeah,
so I didn't really care about Ezra, whatever. I was like, I don't care. Most of the things I wanted to like fast forward or just skip.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, Rebels was okay. I felt like I had to watch it so that I didn't miss out, like on whatever adventure might have happened that would influence other adventures. Maybe because I knew the sequels were coming up and possibly there'd be something. And to be honest with you, the stories aren't so bad. It's getting over the fact that they're not using the Clone Wars animation as much, which I fell in love with. So I agree with you there. But
it's some good moments in Rebels, but it just there was a super kiddie overtone with a lot of it.
Yes, maybe that's why. Yeah,
because they're like, oh no,
the Rebels that they've started messing with time travel a little bit.
They did.
That's spooky, you know.
I think I watched Rebels.
I would only use the time travel thing if you were to go back and erase The Last Jedi going forward. I would even like, okay, I'll keep The Force Awakens, go back and erase The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, and then we reset.
See, to me, it's like we still they can erase it, but we still saw it. So it's like,
I know,
if we can take that from our brains, I'll take that as a thing. But it's like, we'll still know that it happened.
But it pisses me off sometimes. Like the other day, I was scrolling on Instagram, right? Then I fell. There was this nice clip of Star Wars, and it's all like originals and prequels. I didn't know what the account was, but I was into the clip until they put in the new stuff, and I was like, ugh. And then I looked at it, and it was a Star Wars clip trying to have people go to Disney Plus to watch Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, how dare you? And the first thing I wanted to say, I was yelling at it. How dare you? Like, they trick you with these old stories that were so good. And then they wanted to write Skywalker that pretty much took a dump on every single storyline that George ever created. I don't understand it. That movie is really confusing. That movie is just
it moved so fast. Like I hated the part too. Like at the end, you can miss so many things on a run, and it was like and when Anakin's like bring balance to the Force, like I did or something, and it was like, what do you mean? The guy that you were supposed to have killed is right there. Like
I know, what are you talking about? It's just lazy writing. It's just like the lack of creativity.
I mean, at least
no need to bring Palpatine back. I had a feeling. It's always exciting to hear Ian McDermott laugh and all of that. I was excited, but at the same time, I knew it was fake excitement. I knew just the fact of bringing him back. See, I would buy it if it would be something quick, like a flashback or a hologram, something like that. It brings vision about the past. That's it. But like actually bringing him back in flash completely diminished everything that happened. The incredible story of Darth Vader, my favorite character. It's great. That movie is unacceptable.
Yeah, it's like it's very bad.
It's unacceptable.
It's very bad, but I mean, at least with Rise of Skywalker, they didn't intend to insult us so much, but they still just did horrible job.
Yes.
But it wasn't like
I think there's a lot of like middle finger to Rian Johnson, but at the same time, there's still things there was no need to do. Like there was no need to bring Palpatine back. There was no need for you to kill all the Skywalkers. If you're going to redeem Kylo Ren, why redeem him and kill him? Why is Leia dying so his son is going to die? I don't understand the message.
What was the point
if you're going to redeem the guy, it would at least make sense if he stayed alive. At least the Skywalker line would be alive. Why couldn't Rey die?
That would have been a better.
Rey. No one touches precious Rey.
That would have been a better story. Would have been a better story to see him cope with, after all the destruction that he helped cause. Vader died. Like Vader died after he went back to being good. He didn't have a chance to live with all the guilt of what he's done really afterward. We didn't get to see him try to be good now or something. So with Kylo, we could have done that. That could have been another story going down. Is like he's going to go to a planet and people might know who he is. They might not, depending if they saw him with his mask or not. And he, was part of killing thousands, if not millions of people, all around. So that'd be interesting for his character. Maybe he'd be formed into something cool later. No.
I totally agree. Whatever they did was still not going to be the best, but at least there were certain choices that there was no need to be made. Like why literally erase all the Skywalkers, like kill the whole lineage, have a Palpatine win. Who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like they Finn was just screaming Rey the entire film. If Finn, that whole hint that he might be a Jedi or have Force, he has Force sensitive. This kind of stuff is interesting. There is barely any Force in the new trilogy. There's barely lightsaber fights. There's barely any of the stuff that makes Star Wars. Star Wars is there.
Do you remember that really cool battle where Rey fought Kylo like 3 times?
Oh yeah,
at least 3. No, it's pretty lame. I don't know. And whenever they did use the Force, they used it atrociously, in such a way. I mean, people had issues with some of the prequels when they'd do the Force run or something. That's such a minor thing though, because that doesn't super affect the plot in any way. They just got away quicker with that. That wasn't a huge issue. People could complain about it, but it's not a huge thing. And then with this, it's like, oh, I'm just using the Force, and now I electrocute you. Oh, now I can heal you, and now I can heal you and kill you, or heal you and kill myself. And it's like, okay. I think the worst part of it, I don't know. I don't want to get into Rise of Skywalker too much. I don't want to get into it too much. But we do have somebody else backstage with us. He is. I don't know, by the looks of it, he might be a supervillain. We've got the Skeletor. What?
Oh, look at that.
Hello. Yes, I am the evil Skeletor from Eternia.
Greetings.
How are you all?
What business brings you here? What?
Monkey business. I do what I want. I'm Skeletor. I decided to drop by. I heard you guys were talking about one of my favorite topics. You know, Star Wars. And also I had time because just moments before I was in my bathtub half naked with rose petals around. I was inspired by Madonna. I don't know if you saw that video.
For all we know, you're still in your bathtub with that. We can only see your top half, so I don't know what you're doing.
I don't want anyone to know that I'm still in my bathtub. I got rose petals around me, and I'm telling everyone about how we are all the same, evil villain and everyone else, you know, so they can all relate to me, you know, and show my lavish lifestyle.
Okay. You say you're pretty high class, I suppose. Okay, all right.
Not very high class at all.
Okay, you live in a castle, right? Or is it a rock? I forget.
It's called Snake Mountain. And yes, it's kind of a castle. It's a fixer-upper.
It's called Snake Mountain and it's a castle. What? Doesn't make any sense. So you live in a cave or you live in a castle? Nah.
It's like a castle, but it's in the mountain. You know, it's a mountain close to a castle.
All right. No diss.
It's
It's all good. You do what you can with what you got. It's all good.
So what's your input on the Ahsoka situation, Skeletor?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's stupid. Why the heck is she there in the first place? She shouldn't even be there. I mean, if she was there the whole time with Luke Skywalker, then why didn't she help fight Darth Vader? That doesn't make any sense. When she was sleeping? Was Ahsoka sleeping the whole time?
She might have been traveling.
I'm going to wake her up. Oh, by the way, it's over. The Empire was defeated.
I mean,
Luke the Last Jedi. I don't understand. Why is she there?
I don't know. Viv, can you help get some perspective for this villain here on Ahsoka?
I mean, I don't completely disagree. It's kind of like, why is she coming to the show? But at the same time, we still don't know how will she be in the show. Is she really going to be like, is it going to be just a quick cameo? Of course, they're going to be using all these little characters to bring more and more attention to the show, which I don't think is necessary. The show is already a hit. If I could choose, I would think they should continue in the same direction, you know, exploring it would be a great way to keep exploring the universes, all the different universes. I mean, it's Star Wars. There's so many places they could go. They don't have to keep going and bringing characters that we already know, because clearly they don't really know how to treat these characters right. But I'm not also against having Ahsoka there. I think it'll be fun because we have never seen her in live action. But will this work in live action? That's the question. I don't know.
Maybe she was frozen in carbonite.
She could be.
Maybe she's baby Ahsoka. Since they brought Yoda back as a baby, maybe she's just a clone baby Ahsoka.
No way.
Are you saying
Why not? I put nothing past Lucasfilm. Baby Ahsoka shared for everybody.
That wouldn't surprise me by now, honestly. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think Ahsoka,
baby Palpatine will be there too.
This version is about she's around 40 years old, I think.
You say 4 years old or 40 years old?
40, yes. 40.
Oh, 40. Okay, I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, no. I was reading about it, like taking the timeline, since it's 5 years, she should be around 40 years old.
Oh, wait, but how old was she in the Clone Wars?
She was really young.
It's like 14, 15?
Yeah,
because then wouldn't she be like 50 something in this time? Because isn't there like a 30-year gap between episode 3?
She traveled through time. She went through the gate thing in Rebels.
Yeah.
What? I didn't see that part, I guess. I think I stopped watching after the end of season 2. So I missed all the time travel.
Yes,
there was time travel.
She came out during the Return of the Jedi era with Sabine Wren. That's why I asked about Sabine earlier. Oh,
okay. Well, I think that's okay then. And maybe she's exploring the present. I don't know. Then maybe, she wasn't like, I guess by that point, was she as known to the rebels, like as the full rebellion, to even be able to be a part of it? Like Luke accidentally got into it by rescuing Princess Leia. So, unless Ahsoka has a contact, I don't know. But then again, they'd be taking volunteers probably. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can answer that one.
Well, they came out during that era, but so I'm going to switch it up because we were talking about Star Wars for so long. You guys seemed like you wanted to talk about something else. What do you guys think about Marvel's New Warriors? Viv?
Oh, they're lovely. They're just so inspiring to me.
Hey, villain, let the lady talk first, okay?
Sorry, pardon me.
Skeletor, thank you. Appreciate it.
No, I said
am a
I
villain.
actually just recorded a video about it. I finished editing, and I'll be releasing later today. I didn't believe it. I saw a lot of videos about it, but I was like, I don't really care much about new comic book characters, especially from Marvel. So I didn't really look into it. But then when I look into it to make the video, I still don't believe it. It's true. It's true. I thought it was a parody. I was like, let's get what?
Did you-
This is like mocking diversity. They're so concerned about diversity. They're actually mocking it. I was
Did you-
like, I
did you
have
want-
no words.
Did you watch the video where the creators of it talk about it?
I did. Safe space and be negative
And snowflake, safe space,
snowflake.
be
And
negative.
the design, the color, the suit. I was like, they lost their mind. Nobody. Did you see the dislike ratio on the video? Like 122,000.
Yes.
I'm like,
What-
they're literally trying to kill comics.
They also said that they're pissing off the right people. What?
I mean,
Like-
people that are paying your comic books that are they're
Yeah, people that would be your customers, but nope. Skeletor, what do you think of the new heroes or of the new warriors or whatever they're called?
No, I love them. I'm a supervillain. Anything that pisses people off, I just love.
Well, do you think you
I
can
love
beat?
Snowflake. He sounds like such a great. Those are the kind of heroes that a supervillain like myself can really get behind. The
Do you-
kind that you can push over. You know, the ones that need their little safe spaces. That's
Yeah,
the ones I like.
Do you think that you could beat Snowflake in a one-on-one fight?
It's hands down. I don't even. My dog could beat Snowflake.
What about safe space? That one can create shields if there's other people to protect
Yeah,
or
he
something.
could protect me. Is what he can protect, but not himself. He's a fool.
Can you outrun Trailblazer?
I think a Twinkie could outrun Trailblazer.
What do you think about B negative?
Oh, you know what I love most about B negative? It's just how damn those vampire characters, they're just so unique, you know? I just love how unique his character is, you know? We haven't seen too many vampires around. But what about the other guy?
There's another guy?
Captain NPC is his name, I think.
Oh, no, it's like Screen Time. I think his name was Screen Time.
Yeah, Screen Time.
Oh my
Because,
God.
you know, he
He wa-
inhaled his grandfather's internet gas and got
No.
powers.
It was his uncle's internet gas or
Oh,
something.
pardon me.
What is internet gas?
He walked into his uncle's room. Hey, uncle, what's that? Oh, now I
What
got
is
superpowers.
internet? I still reading it. I think it's these people must have been really high when they wrote this. I
Yeah,
don't understand it. It doesn't make. It's the worst comic book characters design I have ever seen,
ever.
and I've seen a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Basically, my video. That's my reaction. I'm shocked. I cannot believe it. I don't understand it.
Do you guys remember that there's a DC character, I think, that is literally like he's either fat or he can become fat, and he's like a bouncing ball of power or something. And it's like he was in the Justice League animated series for a bit or something when they go into the future or something, and he's like some bouncing boy. That seems like a more like logical idea for a superhero because of his character, and I guess he seemed funny. And I was like, okay, that power's weird, but I guess it has some type of shielding and somewhat strength or something when he hits him in the face with it. I don't know, but that makes more sense than these characters.
You're right. It is like almost as if. Well, when I first saw it, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I was like, okay, that's a joke. Obviously, someone's joking, you know. And then I started seeing videos pop up about it, and I was like, oh my God, unbelievable.
But when I saw it, I wasn't surprised at all. I was like, oh, it's about time they probably did these. It seemed like where they were going anyway. Like it seemed like that was their natural course at some point.
I guess I just find it very hard to believe that these people would actually do that. Like
I'm trying to think of the worst heroes. Isn't there like the Dazzler that like just like shines lights at you? And isn't there a guy called like Polka Dots that like makes polka dots or something? And it's like
Yes, he makes temporal. Yeah, I know him. He makes temporal holes that he can jump through. At least that's fun. Not a backpack that you can grab an eraser from a different dimension, and I don't know what the hell her power is. I got a magical backpack that was passed down from generations.
What's funny too is that you can have some overweight heroes and it can be kind of funny, it can be dramatic the way that you can do it, but like I feel like they won't know how to actually be funny, and whatever like would be funny for like by good writers, they would make it serious. Like they would make it about, some kid called her fat today and that gave her the motivation to just kick their asses and encourage more people to be fat or something. It's like, well, what are you doing?
I think it's absolutely stupid. I'm still shocked that this is actually on the official Marvel Entertainment YouTube. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a parody. Like, it's just, wow. They overdid it this time. Seriously.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder.
No words. I have no words.
What are you going to say, Skeletor?
I was gonna say, well, didn't you listen to what the guy was saying? The creator or whatever his name was, he was saying there was the new Warriors before these ones, right? They were pretty kick-ass if you saw them, and he was like, well, growing up I was reading them, but they were very intimidating for me, so I needed to make heroes that were less intimidating. Like if these guys are intimidating, can you imagine what the Hulk does to this guy? Gives him nightmares. He feeds himself at the sight of Wolverine.
Yeah, he was scared that one of the guys had like swords or guns or something, or he was buff, and he was like, "Oh no, that's scary."
The whole thing, because I thought it was the level of cringe was so much I couldn't even go through it, so I didn't even get to that part.
I thought it was a joke.
I just saw when they were talking about the snowflake and the thing, and I was like, this is too cringy for my. It's too. What? Like the whole idea of a superhero or even a superhero or a villain. Like, can you imagine the what's the B negative? Is he a villain or I don't even know what they are.
He's supposed to be like an emo vampire.
So a villain.
And B negative is supposed to be a term like with blood, and then also like B negative. I don't know. It's just
and the creator even said with B negative, he said we want him to embrace his bad attitude. He's got a bad attitude, but we want him to embrace it and celebrate his bad attitude.
An example for kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's going the opposite direction of what they used to teach.
These people are getting paid big money to write this. This is infuriating, don't you think?
Yeah, and these are the same people teaching our kids in school. The same type of people.
See, and it's like, again, a while back, I had a funny idea for like a movie, but somebody said I should make it into a comic first or something, and I'm picturing some guy like Jason Momoa, the strong buff dude in the past that becomes he's like a werewolf warrior or something. He's a warrior in the past fighting battles, and then cut to the present, and he is like fat. And he's kind of lazy. He's like playing Call of Duty and games and stuff. But then some serious stuff starts happening in his actual life. Loved ones getting taken, and he used to be able to defend people easily. And then it's like now he can't, and he's like trying to, but he's failing like big time. And so he's got to like try to get back into that. And that'd be a little more. You can have some humor there. You can have some drama there. And if it's not encouraging you to be fat or nothing, you can have him be kind of overweight. Like picture Jason Momoa as fat, kind of like Fat Thor, like that for a bit. And you can make a character out of that. That's a cool superhero. But with this, I know they'll make it about how
cooler. Jack Black on that. What's the film that he plays?
Oh, Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda is not only he's like a Mexico fighter. It's
Nacho Libre.
That is even more of a superhero than like I don't understand this.
I think he was just a wrestler in that one. I think, but yeah,
he was just a wrestler in that film.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you can tell that the creator is definitely an anime fan, which there's nothing wrong with because I love anime, to be honest, but. He doesn't understand what anime is, and they just try to copy other people's things. And I mean, the Snowflake throws, he didn't say ninja stars. He says shurikens. He says he throws icy shurikens at people.
No, I see snowflake shurikens, right?
Yes, right. Snowflake shurikens.
Snowflake-shaped shurikens. Which, when you throw a snowflake, I mean, I don't know, that's so stupid. it's like when that's worse. At least the Batman things kind of made sense to why he did stuff, but. Not the other way around.
Can you imagine the villains?
I actually no, I haven't at all because I'm too baffled by their own designs. I'm like, who are
Dr.
they going to?
Manspreader.
I feel like they.
Manspreader is going to be a villain.
I thought like Ethan Van Sciver would be their first villain or something. Like, let's go get him. He's evil. It's like, all right.
So Cheney, excuse me, Skeletor. Do you think you could beat Brie Larson?
Beat her in what? Chess?
You think you could beat Captain Marvel?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to beat. Depends on who's producing it. Like, if it was me producing it, yes. If Disney was producing it, no way in hell. I mean, God couldn't beat Brie Larson at this point if it was produced by Walt Disney.
She'd teach God a lesson. God would have to learn some moral values thanks to.
God would have to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Well, it seems she's going to be leading the Avengers. You guys heard about that yet?
No, I mean,
this is a rumor that's been going around ever since Iron Man died, right? Like it's not from now, but to be honest with you, she's so dislikable by all the fans that I'll be paying to see that. I want to see the fan reaction. You don't want a hero that is so dislikable to be the one leading the gang,
Right.
I don't know. It's definitely not going to work. I think a while ago she was trying to change her image a little bit and being a little more lighthearted in interviews, but I think the damage is done. People really don't like her.
Well,
Let me put something in perspective for you guys. I have a much better face and likable personality and more expression than Brie Larson.
yeah, you're at least fun to be around and talk to. I can stand your presence. I don't mind you being around here.
Thank you.
You're not honestly. You're
Thank you.
much more pleasant. I'd rather bump into you in the middle of the street and whatnot. If you were going to steal my stuff, I feel like you'd earn it. Rather than just completely being a bitch about it or something. So
Well, I would make a plan first. It wouldn't just be jump you in the corner. I'd have a whole elaborate scheme.
You trip me and something, and then the keys flew out of my hands. Oh, you caught it, and there you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Skeletor keeps it real.
That would be great. That would be great. All right, I think that's enough about the New Warriors. What do you guys think? You guys want to change up something?
Well, yeah. There was also something else about Brie Larson recently, but no. There was oh God, what was that topic? Oh God, I can't remember.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Skeletor, was there anything you wanted to bring to the table today?
I don't know. You guys were having such a great discussion about, Palpatine and stuff. And I thought about, an evil villain similar to Palpatine, but was stealing toilet paper throughout the galaxy. That would have been a really good evil villain. That I think would be worse off than Palpatine did. Just steal toilet paper in the whole galaxy goes toilet paper less. Nobody has toilet paper. And that's the next.
No, he holds the toilet paper for ransom. He steals the toilet paper and holds it for ransom. If you guys don't do blank for me, then I'm gonna burn all the toilet paper or something. And that'd be a good plot.
He has the island of toilet paper. That's where he sends all the toilet paper. And you have to find the little gizmo that takes you in a map that'll send you to another place for another map that will send you to the island of toilet paper.
How many devices do I need to get to the toilet paper island?
Well, if it's going by Disney, you need at least 5 devices that make no sense.
Are you going to make every device, or are you going to have somebody else do it? Because that seems like a lot of extra work just to go.
If I were to make a device to actually plan it out, it would have to make sense. And Disney doesn't know how to make sense, so.
No.
Why is that to be on an island?
Because everything is better on an island, don't you know?
I mean, as long as there's some women with colorful drinks, yeah. But otherwise, I don't know about that.
An island with porgs. That's where it needs to be. That's what Luke was guarding, the island of toilet paper. It was a secret the whole time.
That actually makes it worse when you say it like that. Like, Luke chose to just be stuck on an island with porgs around him all the time. Like, gosh, what a choice. What a choice.
Don't even have Netflix. Look, I'm going crazy if I don't have Netflix right now, and I'm isolated. How the hell did he live without Netflix?
That makes sense. Makes sense, buddy. Makes sense.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of rough stuff on Netflix lately. A lot of, gosh, a lot of that agenda-based stuff. I was watching something called Disenchantment. Have you guys heard of Disenchantment on Netflix?
No, I think they've released too many originals. I have no idea what's out anymore and what's good or bad. I just too much stuff to watch. I don't know what to watch.
The last original I saw is Stranger Things. I mean, my style is different. I did not hear.
Well, you might take a look at it. It's by Matt Groening. It's the guy who made The Simpsons. It's
really?
Yeah.
So what is it called?
Disenchantment.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's good. Unfortunately, I got into the second season before I realized that I was being manipulated. You know what I mean? Like they make these little jabs at men throughout the whole thing. Like, okay, so it's about a princess and her kingdom is broke and her father's kind of a jerk and her mother's dead and he's got this lizard for a wife who's I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, and she gets these two friends. One's a demon that looks like a cat, and then another one is like an elf who ran away from his kingdom because he wanted to experience life that was not happy. And it sets up a lot of funny jokes and lots of quirky adventures. But every now and again, they make it look like she can't. Like in one instance, she wrote a play about her mom and dad, and she took it to the theater, and the theater guy wouldn't let her in because she was female. And so real subtle things like that.
Right.
It's pretty funny. I've been looking for people to do a review about it. I may end up doing one myself, but you should check it out.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I watched both seasons. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. I thought they were funny. Yes, there's some SJW, but it's not so in your face the way they usually do it. So I can accept a little bit, as long as they temper it, make it even a little. I didn't mind it. It was funny.
That's good. Yeah, I think that Netflix needs to work on getting trailers out or something for their content, because either on YouTube or something, because I don't know what to watch on there. What was that?
It's hard to keep up. They have just so many things. I never even heard of this one. I've been watching a lot of like oldies, mostly like on feel good films, mostly just because of you cannot turn on the news or anything. So I've been watching a lot of like things that are lighthearted. So the last thing I saw on Netflix, I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, I'll check this out though. Sounds interesting.
You'll like it. I know you will.
Go ahead.
I watched Goodfellas earlier because, and it's just an old goodie, like you were saying, Viv, you like to watch oldies, but you were saying feel-good oldies. But in a way, Goodfellas is a feel-good oldie for me. But I also went to Goodfellas after, because I didn't want to go there again, right away. It's been since the 90s since I watched it. But I watched The Irishman with Robert. Geez, why can't I remember? Anyway, De Niro.
Yeah.
Mimicry. But yeah, and The Irishman's a very good movie too. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you guys seen it?
I have. I've seen it. Yeah, it's very good. Very interesting story, right? And yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, Scorsese is there's no way you're going to become a film student if you don't like Scorsese. Like we study this guy. He's a master.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he may or may not say in public, right? But he knows his craft. He's excellent.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still need to catch up on a lot of classics. I don't even know what Scorsese films I've watched.
I do think though that some of the CGI was a little bit distracting, but overall it's a really good film.
I agree. It took you out. It did take you out a bit. You watch it, you're like, he's young, he's old, he's young, he looks kind of weird, CGI old. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah. I still have a long way to go.
I thought I was going to see baby, what's his name? Robert De Niro, just, with a rattle, with an old man's face.
Oh my God.
I can see a baby body. I'm
sure there's something like that out on the internet already, man. Probably. some edit of him. You can't handle, or no, it's a different guy. I don't know.
Nicholson.
You think I'm funny? Funny how?
I don't know.
That's from Goodfellas.
I haven't seen Goodfellas. I still need to see that too.
Oh my God, Rookie.
I know. See, Viv,
Huh?
so the list you see right here is some of the movies that I still have not seen.
Fight Club, Inception. You haven't seen Inception?
No.
Now, Viv,
Scarface. Wow.
you may not
Shining,
this.
You have not
Vertigo.
seen
Oh my
Sixth
God.
Sense?
What,
Well, you gotta
the Sixth
start
Sense?
reading
I
this,
did.
man.
I own the Sixth Sense, but you see, I know the twist, so I'm not really that eager to see it. Kind of same with, it's kind of the same thing with Fight Club. Like, I feel like I
Psycho
get it.
and Taxi Driver. These are all incredible films. I can't believe you've never seen it.
Taxi
Yep,
Driver.
I have seen John Wick though. That should be crossed off. I have seen John Wick now.
Okay.
That's the
Have
only
you seen
one on this one
Kurosawa?
that's out.
Man of Steel. Get out of here.
Yeah, I saw BVS first and the Justice League and stuff, and I just
So
never
you
felt like
the
I needed.
worst of the
I mean, I don't know. So like when I saw BVS, I'm like, I don't think I need to see Man of Steel. I don't care.
No. Man of Steel is the better one, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's why it's on here. I put the one.
I think have I ever shared with you my thoughts on Man of Steel? I don't remember if I have.
I don't think you have.
So Man of Steel is a great superhero. No, it's a great film. There's a lot of really beautiful action scenes. It's a fun film, but it is not a good Superman film. If you are a hardcore Superman fan, comic book Superman, like he's not that hopeful figure that we are used to. He's not Christopher Reeve's Superman. And my biggest gripes with the film was the fact that he was a little bit of a mopey guy, you know, a little bit depressy. And I think Snyder literally tried to go for the Nolan approach, but it didn't work because there's a lot of things he changed that are, it's not really part of the Superman story. That for me, as my favorite superhero, I was not happy with it. But I have no complaints on Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's still a great Superman after Christopher Reeves. The problem was the script, but Man of Steel itself is the better film of the bunch, of the whole thing. I think it's even like, so you have, I think my favorite was Wonder Woman, followed by Man of Steel, followed by, I don't know, maybe Aquaman. Aquaman was a bit silly.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have to say something. I actually find it very, very uplifting as a supervillain to see a superhero snap the neck of his, of his foe. Just to see a Superman snap the neck. I understand. That's hopeful. No, you don't want to see Superman snap a neck, especially for a kid.
No, I was very, very mad at that. I was like, Superman would never do that.
See, so Viv, you'll probably love this. I have not seen any Superman solo film. Like I've seen the Justice League, I've seen Man of Steel, or the Batman vs Superman. I've seen the Justice League animated.
The grandfather of superheroes. He's the first one you should watch.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the live action ones. I've seen the Justice League animated series with that Superman. That one was kind of cool, but
you've never seen the original Superman with Christopher Reeves.
No,
that's shocking. I cannot believe that.
I don't think I put that on my list, but I think that's an obvious one. I guess with Man of Steel, I guess.
The what? I mean, to be honest with you, the first one, some of the visual effects are still pretty good, but a lot of the visual effects don't really hold nowadays because obviously they did not have that kind of technology. But they reinvented a different. They created this machine where the camera would be inside this machine, and the machine would turn around and would give the effect that Christopher Reeve was flying. So there's a lot of reinventing technology for the film. However, I think 1 and 2 is a little bit complicated because Richard Donner kind of left. Was kind of like the Snyder. animation.
I've heard about the stuff with
And the
episode
others forget, like 3 and 4 are a disgrace, but 1 and 2 are still good. You know, like I can't believe you haven't seen this. Like you've never seen to like kneel before Zod. You don't know
No.
that reference?
No, I don't.
What the
No.
hell, Rookie?
You've never seen Superman throw his S at somebody and paralyze them for half a second?
Throws what at somebody?
He tossed his S and turned into cellophane for like half a second, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
paralyzed them in a very weird distraction. It didn't even do anything. It was just like, take that. And it just distracted him for 2 minutes. I
He
didn't
has
even,
some weird powers. I know.
No, I have not seen that. No.
or Superman beat up a trucker because his ego was hurt. That was a good scene at the end. Remember, Superman got his ego hurt, and so he went to go beat up a trucker.
I guess that's one way to deal with it, you know. The list is longer, by the way, Viv.
Sorry.
I said the list I have is longer. That was just
Yeah.
like half the page. It's like, yeah, there's movies that I have. Like I put own by the ones that I do have, but I just haven't watched yet. I plan on watching some of these at some point, especially now.
Matrix. You've never seen The Matrix.
I've seen bits. I put that on there because I have seen some bits and pieces on TV, but I've never like sat down and watched one all the way through. For all I know, I've seen bits and pieces of all 3 of them, but I haven't seen any one all the way.
Do you own a TV? I'm just asking. I mean,
I own a TV. I just didn't see a lot of this stuff. I've seen a bunch of things that nobody's ever heard of before, and but with all these, some of the classics I haven't seen. But I've seen like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know, I've seen a lot of good old classics, the Old Yeller and whatnot. I've seen.
Yeah, but old classics. You haven't seen Psycho. Like that's the one of the most iconic classics ever.
Recently, well, in the last year, I've watched Jaws 1 and 2, the whole Karate Kid series. I watched Alien 1 and 2.
Yeah, but let me stop you right there. Jaws only exists once, okay? The other ones do not exist, Rookie. The end of the story.
But you see, number 2 is not as bad as I think people would say. I mean, I liked how he struggled with being able, like, calling the things for the sharks. You know, that's some paranoia there with it. I liked some of the character stuff they did, but ultimately, yeah, it wasn't as good either.
I didn't even like the first one.
I liked the first one, but I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it too much. Like I recognized it as being a great film, but my enjoyment was kind of half-ish. There's moments that I liked in it, of course, but it just wasn't one of my favorites. You know, I like the suspense factor. I like how they used lots of different ways to, give the illusion that it's there when I know that they said they couldn't. They haven't shown the shark yet. There's stuff when they're at sea. Some of that stuff was all right, but I don't know. It's just it's hard. It's for me. Like, no, but I do have Clockwork Orange.
Well, there's a scene in Clockwork Orange where they sit the guy down and they force open his eyelids, right? And then they make the guy have to watch movies. That's what we need to do to you. We need to sit you down and force open your eyelids to make you watch some of these films.
Yep.
We need to Clockwork Orange you.
Well, have any of you seen Tampopo?
3 times. What is that?
That's a Japanese Western comedy thing about noodles. The whole thing's about noodles.
Every single Jackie Chan and what's the other one? Bruce Lee film. Also,
Jet Li.
I've seen a lot of Jackie Chan films. I haven't seen all of them. I can't say.
Jackie Chan film.
I have no idea how many he's done, but I have seen quite a few.
A lot. Even the ones in Chinese, I saw it.
Yeah, I've seen. I have some on my Netflix that I want to see. I've not seen Drunken Master or Drunken Fist or whatever that's called. I haven't seen that one, but I have seen a lot of Jackie Chan's films. So, but I have no idea what they're all called. But I've seen them.
You know, Viv, you saw this list about a year ago. Since then, he's seen a few of them, but
I haven't made as much progress as I should, probably. But when I'm trying, but it's like, so I don't think I've explained it like this. So I've only gotten into film intensely over the last like 3 years, and then I've been trying to learn about the film process, about making stuff as well as watching it, and then being on YouTube making videos and watching other people's stuff too. So it's like I'm watching stuff here and there, and then there's all these TV shows that are, an hour long each episode, and however many seasons. And I made it up to around season 4 of Game of Thrones after season 8, and knowing all that stuff.
You're wasting your time, rookie. We all told you.
I know. That's why I stopped, because I was at episode 7 of season 4, and I was like, yeah, I already know what happens in season 8, and I know they said this is pretty much the peak of it, and then it starts to slowly chip down, and so I'm like, I don't know, I'm not going to finish it. I don't care. It's if I miss some good moments, oh well.
Yeah, so it's I get it. Since you only got into film recently, it makes sense you haven't seen this. But to me, it's kind of like for instance, Grease. You've never seen Grease on TV growing up. I don't. See, this is the kind of stuff I grew up watching films, but it's also a lot of my dad's influence. My dad loved film.
My parents they watched movies and of course, but they weren't super into anything with movies. So there's never anything specific that I got into as far as classics would go. I watched a lot of like I said, I've seen some old classics-ish when growing up. Some Lassie when I was growing up, I guess. My dad loved that stuff, so saw those. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head that I grew up with. I've seen all the Planet of the Apes, every single Planet of the Apes, except for the TV show they had a long time ago. So I've seen those. I've seen I've seen all the Lethal Weapons. I've seen the Police Academy ones, Home Alone, all those, Tremors. I don't know if people count Tremors, but I do.
No, Tremors is brilliant. I'm not even joking. It really is. I love it.
Yep, exactly. And so, Grease is like a musical, though, right?
Yes.
I hate musicals. I wouldn't watch. I don't think I would watch it and enjoy it anyway. I don't know if I told some people the Mamma Mia story where it was on vacation in New York, and it was one of our days where we're just kind of taking a rest day, and my dad was like, hey, let's go to the movies. Like, okay, cool. And there's Hancock playing with Will Smith, and we were like, oh, that looks cool. And my sister and dad were like, no, let's go see Mamma Mia. And I was like, okay, fine. And God, I was slowly just dying in my chair. It's like, Mamma Mia. I was like, no, stop it. So I killed it.
I think that musicals they work on Broadway live.
Well,
but for films, I'm not. I have to agree with you. I'm not a big fan of musicals. However, Grease is a different thing. For some reason, it really worked as a film. It's a classic.
You'd like Grease, Rookie.
I mean, maybe. Okay. So there's some in animation, they did lots of them go into song randomly, and sometimes they work. Like The Lion King, for example, they'll randomly go into it, or The Land Before Time, they'll go into random song. I can more tolerate those, I guess, but it's just when it's live action people and they're doing it. I mean, maybe Grease would be okay, but I don't know. I have doubts that I would like it, but I'll let you guys know if and when I watch it. I don't know how to access it. If it isn't on Netflix,
why don't you start watching this and posting reactions to it?
Yes, good idea. I like that idea.
I'm pretty sure it will bring a lot of traction. People love reaction. I'm trying to figure it out because a lot of people have been asking me to do film reactions, but I just don't know how long is fair use for film. I think it cannot be more than 10 minutes.
Well, it all kind of depends. It depends on the company. It depends on a lot of the companies associated with that company that does the songs, the certain clips, or the trailers, whatever.
You should cut that part out immediately. But I love watching people reacting to films, especially when it's the first time. The thing is, most of the films that people want me to react, I've already seen them, so.
Yeah, I guess the way that I would do it is if you watch it and then record yourself talking about it, I guess, afterward, because that's the closest I'd say to guaranteeing fair use and still kind of giving your reaction to it. But because I'm not good of a reactor while it's happening, because it's I'm trying to figure it out though. So I'm not expressing. And then afterward, I can give my thoughts on it.
I yell at the TV, I'm into it, man. With all of these movies I really love, I'm super animated. I like
Viv, you could do a watch party reaction.
Yeah, I don't understand watch parties either. I need to figure out, because I never done that. So
okay.
How do you actually do it? So you have
Viv, you were on one with me.
I remember it, and then I have to find it. But I was Yeah, now I remember. So that's what it is. Oh, okay.
The way it works is that, so let's pretend that we're doing one right now. It's like, okay, I'm going to watch The Karate Kid. So everybody get your Karate Kid set up. Get your thing ready to press play. It's at 0 right now. I'm going to press play in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then, everybody can follow along when they want to. And, as they watch, and, they're watching what we're watching, but it's not on the screen and they can't hear it over to YouTube.
Yeah, right. There's no problem with copyright. Right?
YouTube can't get you,
Right.
but the audience knows what you're reacting to because they're watching it with you.
Yeah, but I actually enjoy it when I can actually see some clips, which it's really annoying because I want to react to the clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just think I want to find out because there's so many channels that actually react to films, like entire films. There must be a way. It's just I think you cannot go over 10 minutes if the movie is like an hour and a half or something like that.
Well, there's some that have loopholes where they'll have a section of screen or something that is very small and you don't really get to hear that much audio from it, and they can play. But if it's, I think it depends on it too. They have to alter the footage somehow, play it in reverse or speed it up or something. And I don't know, to get past the algorithm. But I
You
don't
can
know.
definitely.
There's a YouTube channel called Tara has never seen. Have you ever heard of that? Tara has never seen or something. She was really popular, and she was just this young girl who never watched films, and then she just started watching these older films, and it was 15 minutes. She just talked about it, and she got really, really popular. Actually, I think
she react
Tammy or Tara, I don't know, something like that.
Did she react watching the film or only after? It was kind of like a review after.
She started off saying, "I'm going to watch this film," and then she would watch it, and then she'd fast forward of her watching, and then she did the review afterwards.
Wait,
Right after.
you're saying that Tamara's never seen? Is that who you're thinking
Yes,
about?
that's the one.
That's the Channel Awesome girl. One of those
Yes.
Channel Awesome ones. Tamara's never seen. Yeah, she'll watch a movie, give a few clips of reaction, and then just do a review, kind of, for the most part.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do because I'm visual. Remember, I need to see it.
Right.
I want to react to it, and those are the ones that at least are more interesting to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just
Yeah,
need to figure out to do it without, because it's so annoying having to deal with Warner Bros. Lately, I've been pretty okay. I got copyrighted every single thing from Warner Bros., but I always dispute it, and I never had problem. They always release it. But Universal, they're absolutely terrible. I think I did a reaction for Fast and Furious, and I disputed it like everybody else. And I even proved all the stuff from the law over there, according to blah, 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 like this huge, really formal thing. They still said no. So I said, it's kind of really irritating because, they're taking the entire money of the entire video. I mean, I'm reacting to a trailer. I am bringing more, this is a way of free promoting. It's fans getting together, talking about your film. This is free advertisement. I don't understand the concept of them not letting fans react to it. So I had to mostly either cut the entire clip out so they don't get the entire money, or mute it, which is annoying because it's just me talking and there's no sound.
Yep.
But some companies are really annoying with this, and I know Universal is one of them. So I'm avoid reacting to anything Universal.
Yeah, and when you look at it, you produce 10 minutes of stuff while
Yeah, you talk after, you analyze it, you react to it, but it like I said, this is free promotion for these companies. It's not fair for them to go in and get the entire monetization, which is not even a lot. This is pennies to them.
Yeah, they'll have their copyright will be of 20 seconds of your 10-minute film or your 10-minute video, and it's in my opinion, okay, in some senses that makes sense. With music, I guess, if they were to get 10% of what you would get, okay, that's fine. If it's music copyright or something, sure. But if I made an hour-long movie or something myself, with one of my skits, and I have 30 seconds of song, and I give them credit to where they are, that it's not mine, it's produced by them and whatever, and I'm not, maybe if I'm selling it, I don't know. It's I feel like it shouldn't be they get the whole hour-long thing, and that's all theirs that they get. It should just be some type of split.
No, it's ridiculous, and it's something that YouTube And I understand this because I actually, a couple of semesters ago, I took a class about copyright, mostly because of my YouTube, and I wanted to understand it. And the reason why YouTube acts the way that they do, is because as long as they do what they're doing now, they are never liable, because they're only the platform. So if the company were to sue, they have to deal directly with us, and YouTube is just basically washing their hands. We're just a platform, don't look at us. And that's why they don't care as much, but that's a way for them, because there's so many millions and millions and millions of people on YouTube. So on one hand, I do understand their side, but on the other hand, these companies are abusing creators because what they're doing is not lawful. Like when I dispute, why the same dispute I sent to Warner Bros. I sent to Universal. How come Warner Bros. Always releases it, but Universal doesn't? Because, you know, they're abusing the law because they know I might not have money to go fight this and get a lawyer to go fight this. They're stealing money from creators and they're abusing the system, because a reaction all over a trailer, that's something that is out there for press, for open release. This is not, there's no copyright that this is your press material. We're reacting.
A commercial, for heaven's sakes. That's really what it is.
Yes. We're bringing attention to your movie. We're talking about it. This is free advertisement. They're still stealing your cents from it.
That's exactly the argument I've made, Viv, on every one that I've fought, and I've won every single one. I literally put in the words, "I'm giving you free advertising," and then they let it go like an hour later.
Even with Universal.
I don't know about Universal, because even Mahler, who, you know, he has over 100,000 subs at the time when he released his Jurassic Park or Jurassic World review, he had to upload it 3 or 4 times before it was cut down enough to where they accepted it.
Well, gosh, I don't know. I'd have to know what movie was a Universal movie. I've had the problem with Fox and CBS.
No, I've never had the problem with Fox. I've never had a problem with Warner Bros. I'm talking specifically Universal. They are like really aggressive. And do you know Angry Joe? He always trashes them. Yes. And it's always Universal. And it's the same company that keeps doing the same thing with him does on mine as well. And the a-holes even right there, manual detection.
Yep. I've had problems with Universal too, especially like Jurassic World and all that stuff. Yeah, they had to take it down. It was horrible. And I'm evil, and I think what they're doing is evil.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Of course.
Well, and it's also lately with the...
You want fans talking about this. You want the buzz. At least the good thing about the Marvel stuff and the Disney stuff, I've never had problem with Disney apart from Mulan. Mulan, I reacted to a trailer and it was blocked worldwide. However, after disputing, quickly it got back without any problems. So other than that, I never had problem reacting to Disney content such as like Marvel or any like that. So at least they understand that part.
Yeah, Universal with copyright is pretty much a bunch of this.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I feel like
was that from The Last Jedi? Because that's what it looked like to me.
George of the Jungle. Don't you dare say that's from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten away with some pretty good stuff back in, I don't know, last year. I pretty much went to see Alita, and I filmed. Then I snuck into Captain Marvel and filmed some of the Captain Marvel, and I literally put it on my video and never got caught. But the first time you put something else out, like, then they'll catch
stuff like that. If they were to copyright it, I'd understand a little bit more. But copywriting trailer reactions, which is open for the public to like, this is press material. That's the stuff that is mind twisting to me. It doesn't make any sense. And like, especially on the digital age, like even Netflix, every time I react to Netflix, I've had problems, but not from Netflix, but like from a music company that is on the trailer.
Well,
or like with Wonder Woman, I think I did have to cut out the music, but the trailer itself didn't get copyrighted, or it did, but it got released.
Well, and
Netflix, every time I do any reaction for Netflix, I never have a problem because Netflix understand what is you know, the being on the streaming world, how much they want people talking about it. They want reactions, you know.
Especially since they don't have trailers themselves for half their stuff beyond what's inside of Netflix. So if somebody else on YouTube's talking about their thing, that will actually probably bring viewers to their stuff. So it's that should be recommended by them by now.
Well, there's a trick. You can reverse your film.
I've done it, but it doesn't work all the time.
And then on top of that, I add a green screen of like a background, like a light snow. And that almost works every time for me. But, you know, anything like they cannot.
Like you do the opacity and then you add something else in the background?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That I haven't tried, but I've done the flipping and it didn't work. It still got.
Yeah. And lately with the coronavirus stuff going around, YouTube's main headquarters or whatever that they're doing, they now set it to where there's more bots that are going to be detecting stuff instead of
forget it.
So like even on my channel, like old videos that were fine have now like, oh, there's been more copyright claims. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, old stuff, Sonic footage and whatnot, and it's like it's from the trailer. Like, all right, from forever ago, Terminator, Dark Fate, Alita, yeah.
Jimmy got a copyright claim once doing impression video. He did impressions of The Simpsons. It was him singing The Simpsons with no music, and he got a copyright claim. He was singing Bohemian Rhapsody to The Simpsons.
Who?
Copyright claim.
Who?
Shaney.
Oh, that guy.
You know that too.
Doomcock also, he'd sing some songs and he got a copyright claim for singing some of the songs. I don't know if it was because it sounded like it or because you can't sing a song that is already known and the lyrics match or something, but
these channels that do, I always wondered, you know, these channels that they do, it's not compilation, but like when they're playing the song, but it's their own version, would they get copyrighted too? They probably will, right?
Yeah, eventually.
Sometimes. I think it depends on how much they change it. But if they do it all the same, I don't think they'd copyright it. But
yeah, like, you know, there's this girl that she does the violin and she was doing the Wonder Woman, you know, and then I was just thinking, I wonder if she gets copyrighted by doing that, because it's so interesting and you can tell that she put so much work. There's a lot of production in it. And then can you imagine millions of people watching and they go there and they just steal your
You know what, Viv? I did that with when Avengers Endgame came out. I found someone who played the Avengers theme on piano, and I put that behind my review, and no one ever caught that. So that was lucky.
But that's Disney, and I think with the Marvel stuff, I've never seen any problem when it's a Marvel trailer or Marvel music. Some people even have it as their entry. So I think I was wondering if it's like, let's say, a Michael Jackson song, for instance. Then you probably would. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Over Easy Mode says that cover songs usually don't get copyright claims.
Oh, really?
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about Universal, because they'll probably be bought out soon by Disney and everyone else too. So they'll all be bought out by Disney, and Mickey Mouse will let you do whatever you want. Yay!
Think about that. You know, what we used to think was impossible a couple years ago, things are possible now, in a not a good way.
Like pandemics.
With you know, not just that. I mean, the buying up of Fox was like, whoa, that was a different move than we ever kind of thought would happen. And yeah, same with you know, the pandemics. Yeah, so movies shutting down. For all we know, this will be the true beginning of the end of movie theaters. Like before, they've been sustaining well enough, but I mean now. After
but then what's going to happen now? How are movie theaters going to survive after this? You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Can we hire people? I guess. But
this is the beginning of the end for them, I think, now.
Dude, venues, they must be costing money right now. What's going on? It's a really crazy situation.
But most of them.
Wonder Woman might be released in like Warner Brothers' new streaming service instead of going to theaters or something like that. Wasn't that a rumor?
Yes, but I think there's nothing official from Warner Bros.
No, I think that was for Black Widow.
Huh?
I think that was about Black Widow. They said they might release that on Disney Plus. I think.
No, I heard that Warner Brothers' new streaming service was going to debut with Wonder Woman,
Oh,
1984.
HBO
Oh.
Max, I heard.
Mm,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, either way, I mean, the whole situation is no one can go out. Like literally, the president spoke a couple hours ago saying, "Stay home." Literally, stay home. So
Well, I mean, I assume it's unless for essentials, but I mean, they're really trying to discourage meeting out with other people. Like,
yeah,
don't have
No,
contact
but
with other
this
people.
is the right move right now. It's the only way because the problem is nobody knows who's carrying it.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Like if the incubation period is so long, like right now, I've been in this lockdown for at least 9 days, 10 days. I'm completely healthy. I've never felt any symptoms. But if the incubation period it's 14 days, that's a lot of days.
that's a lot of days.
Well, and it's like you could be carrying it, and if you come into contact with somebody who's elderly or touch something
Yes, or even someone, people, it's just extremely contagious. So they have to do this. It sounds extreme, but I don't see any other way to stop this.
Yeah,
There's
no,
no way to stop this. If you have to lock everyone, get out, take everybody out of the street and stay home. It's the only way.
I agree. Well, and it's
they
also
are
because
overwhelmed in hospitals. Like I'm telling you, it's scary. In New York City, it's a very noisy city. The city now, the only noise I hear is ambulances. It's scary.
It's like
Yeah.
2001.
And
Remember that?
police. That's
Well,
all.
Well, when it's like with the hospitals thing, there's going to be like such. I don't know if this is happening everywhere, but I know in some locations it's like if it comes to a point where hospitals are like way too full, like and there's people that have the corona and everything, like they'll assort it by cases of like immediate treatment that you can kind of help with and comfort treatment. And if comfort treatment, that means you're basically screwed. We're just going to try to make you comfortably go because we don't have the means to make you live. If you have a better chance of living, we'll try to deal with you. But if you're pretty bad and we're full here, we'll get you a pillow and some coffee. And
Maybe they'll take the seats out of the theater and put the beds in there.
it's not about the beds. It's not about the beds. It's about the actual machines and
They
equipment.
have to use every. I don't
Well,
know.
I have a warning for you guys.
It's
Don't
very,
get too carried
very-
away with the alcohol, though, with the washing your hands and the desanitization, because I use too much sanitization on my face, and this is what happens. So please, just be sure that there's overuse of this.
Wait, so
Don't go too crazy. I'm living proof.
at one point you were a clean villain?
Oh, I had a beautiful face. I look better than Brie Larson.
Can you
Now we just
answer me
look at
one
this.
thing? What do you have against He-Man?
He-Man? Oh, He-Man. You bring up He-Man. You dare. He's my arch nemesis. He's
Isn't it
always
He-Man
spoiling
now?
my evil plans.
Isn't it called She-Man now?
Is it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
You'll see the Netflix series that's coming out by Kevin Smith. We'll see what they do there.
Oh my
With
god.
He-Man?
Yes, they're releasing the new cartoon with Mark Hamill's going to play me.
Oh,
And
I
yes.
did not hear about those news.
yes,
Oh my
it's going
God,
to be
I will
released soon. I'm pretty
right
sure.
now.
Mark Hamill will be me, and I don't know who's playing He-Man, to be honest. But yes, from what I heard, though, it will revolve around Tila, so I don't know.
I think Mark Hamill will have a great Skeletor laugh.
oh yeah.
I'm betting
Better
that they'll
than
have. I'm betting they'll have someone like Kevin Hart. They'll have Kevin Hart be He-Man or something like Kevin Hart or somebody silly. Adam Sandler is He-Man.
But who is in charge? So Netflix is in charge? They bought the
Yes.
right?
No, they partnered with Mattel. Apparently, Mattel even they were supposed to make another film, and they were going to do it with Sony. But apparently, from what I heard, I don't know if this is rumor or not, but because She-Ra has done pretty good for them, boo to She-Ra, they decided that they were going to give them the He-Man cartoon, plus I think they were going to give them an animated, not animated, but a live-action series, something like Game of Thrones. But that's a
Wow.
rumor. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate.
That seems familiar. That would actually be really cool too.
Henry
Hold on.
Cavill as He-Man. What do you think?
Hold on. Earlier, when you guys were saying that Superman throws something, I thought you guys said he throws an ass.
That's what I thought he said.
Oh, it's an S. Okay, Will Gentry just told me
No,
that.
an S.
Yeah, so I thought you guys were saying
Ass would be funnier.
so that's why I was shocked when you guys were saying he throws an ass. I'm like, he throws his ass? What? And he said an S. Oh, an is S. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, I was imagining him just going, whoa, whoa, my new move. And it's
Like
like,
a donkey
okay.
at people. Just,
Thanks, Will Gentry, for clarifying, because I was so confused on what they were saying earlier. But yeah,
Riot City says Adam Sandler as He-Man. No way.
well, no, as the voice of He-Man, that would be
Oh, the
that would be
voice.
surprised. I would not want that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, because they'd have somebody cool like Mark Hamill and do it. Oh, that's awesome! But then this guy is like, oh, what? Well, no, you know, that's what they do.
I think I don't know. Let's see. I haven't heard any news about it yet, but hopefully they don't do anything silly.
I just hope they don't do anything silly to my character. When they do to He-Man, I don't care. They can beat him with a sack of potatoes for all I care. But me, they better do me right.
Right, Kitty says Superman does throw his ass on top of Lois Lane when he's in the mood. Thanks for that. All right, I think we can start wrapping up a little bit or start winding down. Was there any other things you guys wanted to bring up that's on your mind? Any movie news, any topics, anything else, just in general? Caught your attention lately?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, movie news are pretty dead right now. We don't have, apart from stuff going to streaming. I think Sony announced the Bloodshot would be on streaming now, so people can buy it and stream it.
Okay, that's a good way we can kind of wrap up. Did anybody see Bloodshot?
Last time I saw in the theaters when it went before it closed.
What did you think of it?
I got exactly what I was expecting from the film. I knew it was not going to be this awesome. It's not like Terminator level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Terminator has a really nice story where you engage. The story is very simple. Vin Diesel plays pretty much Vin Diesel. He's like himself, or actually he's more like Toretto. But there's some fun fights. The CGI is not very good, and that's obviously because of the amount of the budget that they had. I would say it's a B movie, slightly above average. It's super entertaining. Turn your brain off and just enjoy, but don't expect too much. That's what I would say.
That's kind of what I expected too, and they spoiled the whole movie in the trailer. It looks like,
yes,
like the whole thing. And have you ever seen? Do you know who Jason David Frank is? He was the guy who played the Green Ranger in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He was the Tommy Oliver.
Okay.
You know him. So he plays as Bloodshot in this. It's a YouTube video called Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe. It's free to watch on YouTube. You can look up Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe or type in, Bloodshot Jason or something, and that should come up. It's just over an hour long. That is a well-made, cheap movie, basically. I don't know who funded it exactly, but they were able to make it. They did not put that in theaters, did not release it on DVD. They just put it straight up on YouTube, and it's pretty entertaining for what it is. And I'd say, just based on what I've heard about the Vin Diesel Bloodshot, that Jason does a better Bloodshot, and the whole movie's better all around.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that website Bat
I'm
in the
pretty
Sun?
new to Bloodshot.
Bat in the Sun we're talking about?
You were both talking. I did not hear what either of you just said.
Bat in the Sun. Isn't that website Bat in the Sun? The guy who does the Green Ranger. He has a website where he does a bunch of Wolverine versus Wonder Woman kind of films.
Well, I think that company that you just mentioned does that. Yeah, there's like versus Scorpion. There's versus Ryu from Street Fighter. There's quite a few different ones, and all I know is Jason David Frank has been in some like fan-made Power Ranger films and stuff, like trying to bring some stuff back to the fans. So, and he's very acrobatic himself with stuff. He likes to be in shape. He's a martial artist. So, he was in the Ninjak movie. So just saying, if you have more time on your hands and you wanted to see a better Bloodshot, the Ninjak versus
I
Valiant
actually
Universe, I recommend.
wouldn't be able to tell you if it's comic accurate because I haven't really. I was introduced to the character through the movies, but I do know that he does not look like he looks in the comic book cover. You know, he does not look like that. In fact, there's just one scene where he's kind of like that, and it's kind of cheating too. If you haven't seen, so I don't want to. But it's still like. I think people that really like Vin Diesel, I went to watch it because of Vin Diesel because I think he's fun. You know, I like it's just those kind of testosterone here that I knew it was gonna be like turn your brain off and just this was me, and that's exactly what I got. So don't expect too much, but it's not the worst movie ever made. You know, it could have been much better for sure. For instance, I think the biggest problem of the film was the villain was not very, if you don't have a very cool, entertaining villain, your hero is not going to be that interesting. So you need that to balance the film, and the film did not have that. And a lot of the characters that were doing bad things, I didn't understand the motivations, and it's just like, why are you doing that? It's very, it could have been much better, I would say like that. But I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make this into a universe, because I think that's what they wanted to do, create their own superhero universe.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to see a little sneak peek at the Ninjak one I have up here?
Go ahead.
There we go. I don't know. I just love it. It's pretty cool. Can you guys hear it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whatever comes through those doors has compromised our most secure level. No in or out.
Just pausing in for a sec for music and stuff, obviously.
Only fire on my command.
Remember, this was like fan-made, produced. I didn't have like a big, huge company. Didn't have a huge release. This was up for free.
Looks great.
That's Ninjak. Bloodshot, just glimpse right there.
Take the shot!
It's time.
Oh.
Thoughts?
Yeah,
They do
this
good work.
definitely looks like
They're
more.
really good. I love the Wolverine. You should take a look at that.
What?
No, they do good work. They always produce really good stuff. They look pretty good.
I agree. What do you think, Viv?
Yeah, it seemed like nicely choreographed. I think the thing, because I watched so many action films, when the fight is just like, I think that's why people had so much problem with the Star Wars, because you could tell when it's not really good choreographed. And those guys look better choreographed than
they literally like, especially Jason David Frank. He does his own stunts all the time.
Yeah, they're stunt people, right?
He's not a stuntman himself. He's an actor who he started in Power Rangers, the Power Rangers, guys in spandex suits and whatnot, and he does most of his own stuff, and he does all his own moves here. I don't know about all the other cast members in that film if they're doing it themselves, but it looks like they do. It doesn't look like they're using other people. It doesn't look like they can afford other people to do the stunts for them. So, I mean, maybe when they're like getting slammed on the table, that could be a stunt man or something. But as far as most of the moves, that's mostly them, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Skeletor. But I don't know. There's not too much information about it as far as I can tell with their filming of it. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, how they do it. They just really produce really good. Like, they had one with Batman versus Darth Vader. Did you see that one? That was really good.
I didn't see that one, but they have quite a few with Batman and Wolverine and stuff.
Yeah, the Superman, that one I saw it and I was impressed. I was so impressed. I would love to be able to. I don't have the budget to do stuff like that. The only thing I would not like to be playing with VFX yet, because I did not want to be looking too fake, because I'm kind of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But I would love to have the budget to start making those. That's like the stuff that I really love. Get into the superhero genre. Things that I really love and do with stuff. But yeah, I was very impressed with their story, the Darth Vader and Batman.
Yeah, they do.
Rookie, you have to watch it right after this.
I will. A lot of their videos are on my list. I've seen some of their stuff, but not all of it. But yeah, they do great. And no, Viv, now that you got more time and you got some experience, I'd say this is when you could start experimenting on your filming capabilities. Like, you've seen some of my stuff, right?
I don't have equipment here.
Like, no. You have a camera right now that's on you right now. You have a phone. That's equipment. That's not the best equipment, but you use what you can with what you got. You have a video editor. You have a video editor. You have audio effects. You can make something here.
Yeah.
You have different clothes and costumes. You can make characters and you can interact. Like how I have 25 Jeff characters now. Like you can make stuff out of nothing. You can do it.
Everybody
You have an evil villain if you want.
Exactly.
Everybody on the stream has multiple characters, Viv. You can do it.
You need to make one alternate personality or something as a character. Evil Viv, or your twin sister, or a superhero, or even a princess or something. Go ham. Make it totally different. You can do a different accent if you would like, or something.
Yeah.
You can add an easy effect with eye beams or something.
You can put it on the Phantom Collective.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's thinking now. She's thinking about the characters she can do, because that'd be fun. Like in all my stuff. Like I encourage people to be kind of silly with it, to use some creativity to do something with it, so they can express themselves with it, or they can learn more about it. With all my stuff that I've done, I started out also like you went to film school with it. I'm just kind of learning this as I'm going, as I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've gotten better. I got a green screen now, and I can kind of start practicing with those stuff, with all this. And it's like, I don't know, I'm just learning quite a bit. Quite a bit with this. It's
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've made 25 Jeff characters. I haven't shown you guys all of them yet. They're gonna debut in my next project, so it's not quite all there. But I think that about wraps it up, guys. So let's go around the table. Let's start with Skeletor. He came in last, but what is up? Tell us about you, or tell us about your foe's channel or whatever. Tell us.
Well, I'm actually crashing on Shady Entertaining's Shadyology's couch right now, because I just came through his interdimensional closet, and yeah, so he's working on a new project. The same thing like you said, there's a series he's working on, and I'm helping him out with that. So check him out on that. And other than that, that's well, I might be doing some stand-up comedy. I don't know, maybe.
I think you could fill a room. I think you'd fill a room these days, at least a digital room with it, because nobody would go out in public to do anything these days. But that's all good. Yeah, but
I'll end up toilet paper at the door. They'll be lining up.
Oh yes, the never mind. I was gonna do a joke here. Never mind. With it, Viv. For people that don't know much about you, give us a skinny. And if you got like a new project coming up that you're doing or whatnot, lay that down as well if you want.
No, my channel is mostly entertainment based, as far as like film, pop culture, any of this crap that annoys me, as far as like when it's being infected in pop culture, which is a lot nowadays. So yes, it's mostly movie reviews, reactions. I'm starting to come up with a few things that I want to add to the channel as well, especially now that I have extra time. But yes, filmmaking is kind of my passion. It's my background is photography, photojournalism, and I'm going to school for cinematography for grad school. And so yeah, I'm very excited to, YouTube was something that was very random for me. It actually started as a place for me to rant for my frustration. That's how the whole thing started. It was a rant video that got 30,000 views, and I was like, wow, what? But yeah, basically that's what I do: rant, critic, comment, live streaming, talking to people about films. That's That's what I really love.
I love that. When can we expect a film by Hey Viv?
I have one actually, but I cannot. It's been entered into 2 festivals, so I cannot release it. It has to be festival only. But
Okay.
it's shorts. The only thing I can make right now are shorts, obviously, because of budget. 'Cause it's a professional actor and everything.
Right.
So everything, it's like I don't have the budget to be making. It's a really short film, like 4 minutes. But I'm working on a few things. There's another one that I'm editing right now. But all of these things, it's not really what I would like to be doing, more like sci-fi things, like crazy stories. But I don't have the budget to be doing VFX yet, because I want it to look really good, because I'm a perfectionist.
Of course.
But yeah, the kind of stuff that I can make right now, it's very indie, it's very low budget.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you use Adobe After Effects at all, or Adobe?
No, I edit on Resolve, and I'm learning some After Effects now. But now I don't know, because classes are just online.
Yeah.
So I think they're changing a little bit. But I was about to start learning effects now, and we were going to have a green screen workshop this week, and now it's not happening.
Okay, I got you. Well, I was gonna say that if you wanted to access some effects, go to Production Crate or Footage Crate, and it's only $40 a year, so it's like just one annual payment of $40, and you can use most of their effects basically, and they have some good special effects you can use. Whenever I use my like energy blasts or lightning bolts or something, or eye lasers coming out or something, explosions and whatnot, that's from Production Crate. And so it's very minimal effects, and with my editor, it's not Adobe, so it looks like it's a stock type of thing. But on Adobe, if you use it right with the layers, it can look like like you got like cool energy thing in your hand and you're doing something with it. Or if you have blood effects or something, the CGI ones, if you have After Effects, you can make it look pretty good with it.
Cool.
So just giving you that heads up if you wanted access.
I want to learn how to make lightsabers. That would be cool.
Check out General Katarn. He literally makes them himself. Pretty much. And I bought one. I bought one from him.
Did
And
you
he's
really,
gonna.
how to animate? No, I want to learn how to animate one.
Oh, to animate one. Okay, yeah, that's
what
kind
I
of
meant.
tough. That's kind of tough.
Talk
I
to
think.
Death by Saber. He does them. He does really good ones. He does one with a fish that does the lightsaber. He's pretty good. You should check him out. He's nice. He'll teach you.
Dude, anything you say tonight has just been wonderful.
That's good. That's good. But yeah. So hey Viv, yeah, just I love that you're doing all that stuff. I'm hoping that your classes will get you doing something with it, especially. You don't want to waste this time with anything. Yeah. So yeah, I still recommend even if you make like a 2-minute short, or you just make another character to do it. See, that'd be a funny type of review too. If you had like some other character next to you, you can do the split screen thing, have the camera stationary, you're right here, and then have the other one here once you're done and whatnot. It's kind of hard to film that, but you can get the hang of it after a while. And it's like, hey, I thought this movie was pretty good. What do you know? You don't have any taste or something. You can just make some type of a thing with it, and it's pretty fun.
Hey Viv, have you worked with green screen yet, Chroma Key?
No, I was. We're going to have workshops now towards the end, because when we were going to do the green screen, we changed to the green screen studio. Because the difference is on the studio is that the whole wall is green. It's not only like we're dealing with like cinema stuff, and I was so excited to do that. I do have one here, but it's just like cloth and it doesn't look very good. But over there it was gonna be like a real studio green screen, right? And then it's not gonna happen because the entire semester now will be online, which is a bummer. But they said they're going to try to allow us to shoot a lot during the summer. They're going to give us access to the studios. So I don't know. Obviously now they're probably going to remove the green screen workshop for next semester. But I know the basics, like just put a fake one and do it. That I know, but I don't really know the professional way yet because the workshop now has been canceled.
That sucks.
It does.
That sucks. But yeah, it's a perfect time to start honing in on other abilities, I guess, with film. So there's always something. It may be limiting and it may not be full-on professional, but it's a way to something. There's always something. But Flipster, do you have anything else that you want to exit with?
No, like I was saying though, Skeletor, you've just been an absolute blast tonight. Every 5 seconds, you've said something that's just made me laugh. Just your voice, period. And Viv, it's been a pleasure.
Good to know that my
always.
voice can make you laugh. I'm funny how? Am I here to amuse
Am
you?
I funny?
Is that what I'm here for?
I just watched that scene on Goodfellas like 2 hours ago. Yeah. Oh, you're just funny, you know.
That'd be funny if they did a voiceover dub where they just replaced like strong characters with Skeletor's voice or something. You know?
Joe Pesci's voice. Yeah. What am I funny to you? Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
I am
Luke,
your father.
I'm your father.
I'm Skeletor, your daddy. Come to daddy.
That would be hilarious.
Or even Palpatine. You know, your faith in your friends is yours. That would be pretty good. But yeah, I'll thank everybody for coming down here tonight. We had Culture Casino in the house. We had Riot Kitty, Tommy. It's been a while since I've seen you, Tommy. What's up? Hope you're doing good. We had Shellback TC in here. What's up, Tim? Angelus Draven. Hell yeah, the Power Ranger Fanatic Master. We had Over Easy Mode. We had a couple other people as well drop in here. I'm forgetting some names.
Riot Kitty.
Yeah, Riot Kitty, of course. Fan Scene, our main boy, our night ambassador. Daytona Falls was in for a little bit. Yeah, we had a cool cruise. James Clark stopped by. Mega Jetty 1. That about covers it for this video, guys. We shall be back on Wednesday doing who knows what. And you guys have a great rest of your day.
This is Sparta! This is Sparta!